Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Boris Dorfman with LBC Capital. This segment I'd like to do about our investors, specifically accredited investors. I got a special guest here for you. She'll talk about various entities to take title in, whether you're buying property or you are a trust deed investor or investor in our fund. Whether you're going to do this as an individual, LLC, trust, or any other entity. We'll get to our special guest in a minute. Meanwhile, I'd like to tell you what accredited investor is and what is the definition. There's certain investor suitability requirements to be considered an accredited investor. Accredited investor is an individual with a net worth of $1 million or more, exclusive of primary residence. Also, if you do not meet that criteria, accredited investor is an individual that has income of $200,000 or more per year in the past 2 years, or a family with an income of $300,000 or more. To be considered for certain type of investments, investing in a fund, for example, individuals or companies need to meet these investor suitability requirements. On top of the financial requirements that I mentioned earlier, these people, they need to exhibit a certain type of expertise in the field that they're investing. They need to have experience with doing investments, or they need to have experience in real estate field. Everybody's advisor, CPA, or attorney has an opinion on how to take title or how to hold your assets in the fund. And I'm not qualified to give that advice. I have my opinion on how I hold my assets. And I would like to introduce you to attorney Alla Tenina. She's also my little sister. And she'll give you a rundown on various entity types and how to protect your assets. I give you Alla.
Hello everybody, Alla Tenina, attorney at law and the little sister. I would like to talk to you about asset protection today and various vesting options for your investments, how to take title to properties and trust deeds. The most common vehicles for asset protections are LLCs, family limited partnerships, and irrevocable trust. Family limited partnerships are a little more complicated, so let's talk about LLCs and irrevocable trust. Whether you're an investor or a developer, it's important to protect your identity. If you get a loan, if you take title to real estate, purchase deed of trust, it involves filing documents with county recorder's office. Once any document is filed with the county recorder's office, it becomes public knowledge. Anybody searching your name will see that you have investments, deeds, or loans. So to protect your identity and avoid any unnecessary lawsuits, you can form an LLC or irrevocable trust. LLC is a limited liability company. It's a separate business entity, and you can choose any name. So when any document is recorded with county recorder's office, it doesn't have your name. Nobody knows that you are the owner of certain investments. LLC also has its separate federal ID number and has favorable tax consequences. For example, if you're an investor or a flipper or a developer and you sell properties, capital gain tax is not subject to self-employment tax. LLC is not being taxed on the federal level, and California franchise tax is relatively inexpensive. So there's a lot of tax advantages in forming LLCs. Another common way of protecting your assets are forming irrevocable trust. By transferring your assets to irrevocable trust, you will achieve few goals. You will protect your privacy. You will also designate beneficiaries that will inherit your assets after you pass. And even though it sounds not so flexible, there are still ways to make changes in the trust. A lot of people are asking if they can sell properties, if they can add properties. Yes, you can. It's just the trustee is the one who will be purchasing or selling properties on your behalf. Irrevocable trust is a great tool for asset protection. For example, you have a sizable amount of money that you would like to invest, and you don't want your name to appear in public searches. You don't want to take title under your name. You form a revocable trust, you come up with the name, and recording will take place under the name of that trust.
And your ex-wife would not know how much money you have.
Once again, the revocable trust will have its own federal ID. And at the time of tax filings, you can actually choose how to pay the taxes. You can pay the income tax on a trust level, or you can pass it through to one of the beneficiaries that are in a lower tax bracket. Regular living trusts are not for asset protection. They're simply for succession purposes and to make sure that your beneficiaries will avoid probate proceedings. So if you're looking for the asset protection tool, I recommend forming limited liability companies, family limited partnerships, or irrevocable trust. You will achieve few goals: privacy, asset protection, and some favorable tax consequences. This is just an overview of asset protection. If you have more questions, you can consult with your CPA, or you can call me for more in-depth consultation. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Alla. Till next time, guys.